So, you know what? One thing that I love is a good isekai. I'm not gonna hold you. I like isekai anime. And so like a lot of my recommendations that pop up in my stuff or whatnot is like isekai anime type stuff and just anime stuff in general or whatnot. I start setting my schedule up. I didn't planned out a couple of things that I plan on doing for the next couple of weeks. So y'all get ready for that or whatnot. Gonna be back to some Team 4 Star, just a couple other things whatnot up out there, and that I've actually been planning to watch. But today, one video that got recommended to me was a YouTuber that I think I watched probably one, maybe two of his videos. Probably not even all the way, just kind of just skimming through them or just seeing what was going on. But he dropped one the other day, and I saw it. I was like, I really want to check that out. And I was about to just watch it on my own. I was like, nope, let's make a reaction from it. Anyways, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Philly Flexer back in the building again today. And so that YouTuber that we're going to be talking about is right here. His name is, I want to say it's Yee. I think that's the correct way you actually say it or whatnot. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But hey, is it Yee or Yai? But I think I'm going to go with Yee. Anyways, I watched this video right here. Every anime I watched fall 2023, kind of started skimming through that a little bit or whatnot. I'm going to watch this why I don't like JoJo, because I've never watched JoJo's, and people either be like, hey, it's either for you or it's not for you. So I'm gonna watch some of that or whatnot. But right now, what we're gonna get into is we're gonna get into this video right here. It's called Isekais Are Terrible, but Don't Have to Be. And I'm like, hey, let's see what he's talking about or whatnot, because like I said, I like a good isekai. I'm cool with machines and vending machines and people coming back as pigs and people coming back as spiders and people dying in video games or people dying and they having mystic lives or heroes. Or it's so many different types of isekai out there or whatnot. It's just crazy. So anyways, we're gonna hop into this. Make sure if y'all like it or whatnot, hit a thumbs up with it. Y'all go subscribe to his page. I just hit a big burp there. Sorry about that. Y'all go subscribe to his page or whatnot. And we're going to see why he thinks isekais are terrible, but they don't have to be.
If there's anyone who's the biggest hater of isekai anime, it's me. It's not just because I'm sick of the oversaturated slop that comes out every season with the cute marketable anime girl so that the franchise has something to attract fans. It's that fantasy is my favorite genre of any book or show or media because it, in my opinion, is the most escapist out of any genre. And goddamn do I hate the real world. Since Sword Art Online was the biggest hit of the 2010s, every anime has ripped too many pages out of that light novel, and now we have tons of inspiring shows to choose from every season. My gripes with isekai boil down to two main points: the characters and the tropes. Let's start with the first, the characters. Everyone is aware of how self-insert these shows can be, but paradoxically, to me, I could not for the life of me insert myself into these main characters. Maybe it's because I'm old and balding. The protagonists are so bland.
Don't hold yourself like that. I'm saying I'm in my mid-30s and I got the gray going on or whatnot. I had to dye my hair not too long ago, just to kind of knock that up out of there or whatnot. But hey, I don't want anybody else talking about, oh, you're too old for this, you're too old for that or whatnot. You're not too old for anything that you enjoy to do. Get that up out of here. Now, before he keeps on going or whatnot, I do want to say something about Sword Art Online. Sword Art was a decent show outside of Gun Gale. Didn't like it or whatnot. I do feel like for its time, it was cool. It was, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people loved it. But if you go and ask 10 actual anime watchers, be like, hey, give me like your top, shit, I can say give me your top 10. You ask 10 people what's their top 10, and I bet you Sword Art Online is not in that top 10. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. Anyways, back to the video.
and I'd get more enjoyment talking to a cardboard cutout than watching the show. It's like they all came from the r/nice guy Reddit with how their entire personality is being kind. They're reserved, but a little confident and know when to stand up for themselves, and they all fight for what is right. Every fantasy world society never advanced to the level of basic kindness, so being nice is this completely novel but revolutionary idea that only the main character has. The thing is, I have no problem with shows being self-inserts, because that type of writing isn't inherently bad. If the author has a genuinely interesting personality, hell yeah, you go insert yourself into your own writing. The issue is to appeal to a mass audience, self-insert characters tend to be based around the viewer. You. And the author doesn't know you, so they come up with the most rudimentary traits that everyone likes. Now you can pretend you are an MC and have your own flock of anime women who all want you to have their children for saying thank you at the drive-thru window, because no one has ever done that in that universe. Speaking of anime women, what's with them too? While the guy protagonist is a hamburger without the patty, tomato, cheese, lettuce, onions, and pickles, the anime girls are written as if I ordered at an overpriced ice cream store. One flavor tastes like someone pissed in the mixing bowl. They all have one personality trait and no more. She's the shy one. She's the tsundere. Every anime girl and the protagonist.
Facts. I will give him that. Facts. All that is facts. They gotta stop just making everybody so cookie cutter. That's the only thing I'm worried about. 100 girlfriends or whatnot. I haven't read the manga yet. That's the one thing I'm worried about on that one, is because I'm worried about each girl is gonna be just like typical same type of girl or whatnot. But so far they've been all kind of different, like in the show. But it's like you said, turbo mode. It's like turbo shy, turbo tsundere, turbo whatever or whatnot. And we just need. I mean, I don't know. What would you want them to add in there? Like the hood ratchet girl? I don't think we would want to see that in anime. Anyways.
This harem also has at least one scene with the MC where there's some romantic undertones to make sure the part of the audience that likes that girl has enough material to jack off for the next 2 months. Whoa. Don't get me wrong, I love my cat, fox, rat, dog, wolf, bunny, elephant, girl, Keminal Mimi hybrids, but every girl is just so plain. I'm willing to go as far as to say that harem shows aren't even that bad. I thought Quintessential Quintuplets was alright, and I thoroughly enjoyed the 100 girlfriends who really love you, but in these shows, the singular characteristic that each girl has significantly more depth and dynamic than whatever factory produces the isekai harem. Not only are the characters extremely grating, but why is everyone using the same tropes known to man? Something about a hidden, overpowered skill that only the main character has, or a hero's party, or a demon lord, or a leveling system. What do levels mean in the real world? I get that most isekai just slap someone from today into a game, so I guess a leveling system makes sense in that regard, but there are straight up some fantasy shows that have a leveling system without being tied to any game or MMO. And it's like they need a power gauge, but in the most brain-dead way possible.
I agree with that. To a certain extent. I do like having a power level gauge because it kind of makes it easier for you to consume on like who's strong, who's not strong, all this right here. But we don't. Every anime doesn't have to do the three things that I see the most that's been coming on nowadays is the power level, like skill system or whatnot. Oh, he's level 1, these type of skills, blah blah blah. This here, like every game is not Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft or whatever. Blah blah. This here. Number 2, every girl. Look, okay. Look, we like some cuteness every now and then. We like some cuteness. Stop making us all want to be furries. I can't say that the raccoon girl is cute. I can't say that the bunny girl is cute or whatnot. If you watching Shangri-La Frontier right now, I can't remember the rabbit's name or whatnot. It's escaped my head. The rabbit is just a rabbit. Adorable little rabbit. And as soon as it says, oh, I got a human form I can turn into for a little bit if I can hold my magical power, boom. Oh, now it's sexy rabbit girl or whatnot. I mean, just like rabbit from, oh, the name of that anime just blew my, just forgot it. I think I forgot the name of the anime. Her name is literally Rabbit or whatnot. And she's like badass, but the only thing she likes is carrots, and that's the main reason why she likes the main characters because she's like, oh, he finds the best carrots or whatnot, blah blah blah, sir. Dungeon leveling up, something like that or whatnot. And then number 3, I am so tired of goblins and skeletons and the same monsters. Can we get creative with some different monsters? I don't know.
Also, for some reason, there's always that one girl being sold off as a slave, and the protagonist is so nice. He buys her or saves her in some other form and treats her like a normal person. And now she owes her life to him. The trend I've noticed is that since the isekai genre is already oversaturated with a bunch of generic shows, isekais coming out today have one unique quality to differentiate themselves from the rest, but all fall flat in terms of actual substance. Wow, I'm in another world as a vending machine, as a spider, as a farmer. Isn't that so quirky? I'm not saying I will instantly explode you with my mind if you put a trope in your writing. Tropes, when used properly, aren't even that bad. Soso no Frieren, while it does have the entire Heroes Party and Demon Lord thing as a backstory, is far more different from the average fantasy or isekai anime. The base tropes in Frieren are elevated in a way to give the story more meaning, but in other shows, they're there to make up the story. As long as an anime can skillfully add on to these types of ideas instead of regurgitating the same thing I've seen in a billion other shows, it's all good. This has been 4 minutes.
I don't know what it is about Free Run, but Free Run feels just different and new. I don't know if it's the way the storytelling is going. I mean, I think it's from the angle that they're telling the story or whatnot. From an elf, we all know that the elves, you know what I'm saying, in these mystic worlds, elves live longer than humans. But majority of the time, this is like in bypassing. Oh, well, you know, I live to be 500 years old, or my sister's not ready to be married yet. She's only 60 years old or whatnot, stuff like that or whatnot. Free Run, for some odd reason, it just comes at a different angle, and I like that.
Minutes of me ranting about what I hate about isekais and other fantasy-related animes, but I'm not here just to hate. As I said earlier, fantasy is my favorite genre, so I will now go off on what I think makes a good show. First up is world building. World building is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically how a book or show creates an imaginary world. What kinds of nations are there? Are there different types of races? How does the power or magic system work? These are basic questions that any author should be asking themselves when trying to create an isekai. Other genres like mystery or rom-com are usually set in a setting that's similar to today because they don't really need all these systems. World building is fantasy's strongest and most unique card because the limit is literally your imagination. Doing it right, a viewer can not only absorb themselves into the world but also play around with all the mechanics the author came up with. It essentially makes your fantasy universe more grounded. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation is a perfect example of this. A massive beam of light displaces many people, including Rudy, the isekai protagonist. He's forced out of his comfort zone and sent to the other side of the continent that's barren and filled with danger. On his journey home, he visits different towns, areas, and people, such as a village of cat people. You love to see it. Or he comes across the Nah, I'd win guy. The world is much more livelier and, in a way, realistic because it continues to exist with all these mechanisms with or without the protagonist. The biggest thing I think isekais are missing out on is being isekai'd itself. What I'm saying is that even if they're reincarnated into a different world, that doesn't mean their insecurities and issues magically poof out of existence. It's a second chance at life, and while many shows love using the wisdom and personality the characters have from their previous lives, you gotta take the good with the bad. Being isekai'd is a perfect opportunity for development and growth. Even though you're in a world that would make every Final Fantasy XIV player cream their pants, you still have to somehow navigate that world with your own mindset. I think a perfect example of this is ReZero. I don't care if you don't like it, because the example still works. Subaru, the main guy, obviously gets isekai'd, but his previous life still lingers. As a kid, he used to be talented and outgoing, but as Subaru got older, his accomplishments started diminishing and he slowly became a recluse. Subaru doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself, and it really shows throughout the anime, putting everyone else first before his own needs. When confronting his past because of a really complicated dream sequence that I'm not going to explain, Subaru realizes that he shouldn't have put so much weight on the validation of others, striving to do the best he can in the reincarnated world for the sake of his own goals. Subaru also comes with a second development. Surprise, surprise. His super cool, unique, overpowered ability is that whenever he dies, he awakens at a previous set point in time, essentially allowing him to see into the future and change it. What a save scummer. However, he becomes so accustomed.
Don't hate on the save scummer because I do the hell out of that. You look at any file that I play, Skyrim, anything. That 20 save files.
To this, that it actually starts taking a toll on his mental state, and when anything goes wrong, he just decides to grill himself because it's easier to start over. Subaru learns that he shouldn't try being a perfectionist since it causes too much anguish to keep dying and forcing events to play by his script. I understand not everyone likes Subaru as a character, but I think his development is what really makes him shine versus every other isekai protagonist. He had like 2 moments of development versus the usual 0, okay? That's a pretty big achievement. Honestly though, I'm just a silly little YouTuber giving my thoughts on today's isekai and fantasy shows, and I understand that writing anything in general takes a lot of work, which is why to help aspiring authors come up with better shows, I'm gonna give my best isekai idea. Make sure to credit me if you ever use this one. So it obviously starts off with the MC dying and being sent to the afterlife, and God is like, and gives him super epic fighting reflexes and magic skills. So at the start of his journey, this Yi guy, he's not me, the name is spelled differently, okay? Is like,
wow, this world sounds really cool. Hey God, can I have my phone?
and God is like, and now Yi is in another world with his smartphone. He goes and meets these 2 girls who are sisters or something and saves them from a predicament they definitely could have saved themselves from. And they're like, oh my god, you're so hot and handsome. You must have like 2 million subscribers. Want to join us in the party, teehee? And he's like,
Okay.
and they do a quest together, and after the quest, Yi starts talking about how much he likes anime and streams it illegally to them on his phone, and the sisters are not only amazed by the technology, but also at Naruto Uzumaki and how he's really strong, and they don't make fun of Yi and call him a loser for liking anime. And that's the start to Yi's adventurer party, where the rest of the members are cute anime girls who are romantically interested in a brain-dead protagonist. So yeah, I think this could air for like at least 12 seasons. Tell me what you guys think in the comments.
I like the way how he ended him explaining. Oh, wait, first of all, that was like, even though he said, I'm finna make up what this is how it should go, it like combined like 3 animes that I feel like I've already seen already, and I'm just like, so how can we make something new or whatnot? And that's why I say being reincarnated as weird objects is the only way we can go right now. But with that being said, hey, I understand where he was coming from. Isekais, they're not bad. They could be better. But to each his own or whatnot. I feel like we have been so oversaturated with isekais right now that everybody's starting like, okay, can we just chill out or whatnot? Because like if you have like a season of anime that drops next season of like yeah, like the fall season or the winter season or the summer season, whatever season it is or whatnot, and you look at like all the animes that are coming out, if 4 or 5 of them are all isekais, you're like, all right, which one am I really gonna watch? Knowing me, I'll try to watch as many as I possibly can, but at the same time, you kind of will burn yourself out on them. So I feel like just kind of spacing them out every now and then, you'll be all right and whatnot. Isekai animes, harem animes, just space them out, you'll be all right. Find you like 3 or 4, like 1 isekai, 1 harem, 1 action fantasy, 1 rom-com, and then something gruesome and bloody or whatnot. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Anyways, that was a W video or whatnot. So make sure y'all like, subscribe to this channel or whatnot. Make sure y'all like, subscribe down here too or whatnot. And let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And let me know what else y'all want me to check out. Anyways, this is your boy Philly Flexer, and I'm out this joint. Deuces.